AZ Papa.
Say it mine.
That song is so fucking good.
If you didn't know, everybody, welcome to Kind of Funny Games Daily. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside Tim Gettys.
Let Tim host.
How are you?
I'm okay. My hair is doing a weird thing, and I don't like it. Just getting ahead of the
What's wrong? In the back there. You got a little bit of back action. Here's what I'm going to do. First off, of course, it is Monday, February 12th, 2018. We started a new intro there where Nick sings off screen while eating whatever he's eating, and then I start singing, and then I just do whatever I want to do. I'm going to do something I think unheard of today.
Oh, shit.
I am going to eat my lunch, make the information for the show, of course, and then go downstairs to the beauty parlor below us and just say, cut my hair.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm never going to make time to get it cut in my neighborhood.
I've thought about this many times. Greg,
It's a bold move.
This is a bold move. You are going where no man has gone before because I think it's a women's salon.
Yeah, sure. Well, they know how to do haircut, though.
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, my haircut's the most basic haircut of all time. Mm-hmm. Trim it up on the side.
Tim, if you want,
I didn't agree to
Tim,
this.
If you want, I'll lick the back, like my hand, and I can just.
Do it.
No.
Like that twice for him.
Hold on.
I'm excited for you, Greg, and keep me updated on your.
I sure will. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday on a variety of platforms, we run you through the nerdy video game news you need to know about. If you like that, head over to kindoffunny.com/KFGD, where you can submit your questions, comments, concerns, segment ideas, PSN names, and so much more to be part of the show. Then you can watch us record it live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. If you're watching live, you have a special job. You need to go to kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. Tell us what we screw up as we screw it up so we can set the record straight for everybody watching later on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames and everybody listening later on podcast services around the globe. Housekeeping for you, the PlayStation VR show, our PlayStation VR show on Kind of Funny Games, officially has a release date. Thursday, it will pop the first episode on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames for everybody giving us $1. If you don't want to give us $1, I understand. It'll pop on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames the following week. 8 episodes running you through VR gems you might have missed in that first year and a half now, right?
Is Paranormal Activity one of them?
No. We did not enjoy that one.
That was a hard pass.
Afterwards, people hit us up and were like, "Oh no, it's good." And we're like, "Oh, we didn't do it." I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. But there are a lot of great games in there. I'm really excited to show them all to you.
Some of them are super hot.
Trailers up on twitter.com/GameOverGreggy. It's up on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Now, you should probably just go there. Get it there. Also, today's episode of Kind of Funny Games Daily is brought to you by Bombfell, but I'll talk to you about that later. For now, let's begin the show with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. Time for some Monday news. 6 items on the Roper Report.
Ooh.
A baker's dozen.
Kevin plays fast and loose. Now, you came off the Kind of Funny morning show, available, of course, at youtube.com/kindoffunny.
Yes.
And you said, lead story, Kingdom Hearts? And I said, no. And you got offended.
I was offended.
So there you go. No, lead story is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Totally.
You were, #, Tim was right. We said
Didn't
it
require much, if I'm being honest. This one
was that the rumor forever that was going to be monster?
Pretty well. There's just been a lot of
paid no attention.
Leaks and just little things here and there, and like just the trends of what they've been doing when they picked the worlds for Kingdom Hearts 3 over the last couple of years since 2013 when it was formally announced. They've been trying to stick to the more modern movies because we've seen there's been many Kingdom Hearts games at this point, and especially when you start counting all the side stories and even the ones that had more actual bulk and actual resonance to the mainline stories that aren't just Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. When you look at Birth by Sleep and you look at the 358/2, whatever it is, like they go into some pretty niche franchises under the Disney umbrella.
Sure.
Some of them I'd never thought we'd really get down into. So I feel like it's a good decision for them in this one to
bring everybody up to speed.
Stuff, Tangled World.
It was D23 in Japan.
Yeah.
And so they put up a new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Is that what it was? The new announcements?
Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer.
All I have here is #TimWasRight, Monsters Inc. for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes.
So I have a question for Thomas Gustafson.
The big things we got a storyline trailer that introduced the Monsters Inc. world. We got to see a lot more of the Toy Story world.
Okay.
And ooh-wee, Greg.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God, yes.
Okay.
Oh, my God, I want this game so bad. We saw actual more gameplay of the Tangled world. Flynn Rider was there, battling alongside you. That was really cool. And then there was from Tangled.
Sure. Okay.
He's fantastic.
He's the snowman.
He's not.
Let
that
it go.
That is Olaf. That's coming later. What else do we see? We saw Ariel being used as a summon. So that's really exciting. That's
Thomas
cool
Gustafson writes into kindafunny.com/KFGD, just like you, Cannon says, hello, KFGD show hosts. I have a question for Tim, my main man, Gettys.
Yes.
What did you think of the new trailer and theme song for Kingdom Hearts 3? I, for one, am very excited for kicking butt. He means I'm very excited for kicking butt with yo-yos and the aerial summon, to name a couple.
The aerial summon looked super freaking cool. I'm all about that. The summons in Kingdom Hearts are always very, very fun and interesting, and I feel like those even get to delve deeper into like the randoms. We got Stitch before, we got things like that. I like that it's at least with Ariel, there's some Disney princesses. We've seen it before. I hope that means that we're not going to Atlantis because that shit fucking sucks. It was never fun to control.
Okay.
We saw more of Hercules with Olympus, but that's just because they need the Colosseum. The most overused world. I wish they'd stop using it, but I understand that they have to so that you can do all the optional bosses and stuff. Trying to see if I'm missing any key things there. There's a lot more story element stuff. There was a lot more just like introduction of different characters. There was a return of some of the more side story characters. People are really excited about that. But the biggest news besides Monsters, Inc. is we finally got to hear the new theme song by Utada. Oh, fuck. I'm going to fuck her name up. But
Kindafunny.com/her.
Yeah. And she's been with the Kingdom Hearts franchise forever. She did Simple and Clean for the first game. She did Passion for the second game, Sanctuary, depending on where or Hikari, depending on if you're in Japan or here. And those are iconic. The songs are some of the most important things about Kingdom Hearts. They give them so much personality, and they play through all of the games. And I feel like a lot of the games either are more focused on the one storyline or the two storyline, and they use the theme songs appropriately. And this has been a big deal. There was a question of, will she come back for the third one? It's been a long time. We heard a while back that she was going to, but to get it this early, feel weird saying that.
Yeah.
I was a little shocked. It's still rough. It's like a weird MIDI version of the production, but I'm sure we'll get a dope ass orchestra version at some point. I gotta say, I don't love it. I remember when I first heard Sanctuary, I didn't like that either because Simple and Clean is just so iconic. But over time, I've definitely learned to love it, and they're pretty equal in my heart. I don't think this one's going to reach that point, though. We'll see, and I need to see it in the context of the game. It's a little too slow, and it never kind of hits those epic moments that I expect from these songs. But the English version and Japanese version are available to listen to. And seeing all this Kingdom Hearts 3 footage, the game looks a lot better than it has before, because like some of the character models looked a little like lifeless and dead and like Play-Doh-y. They're fixing that. Totally not fully fixed though. Like this game looks beautiful, but I kind of expect more from it.
Interesting.
In a lot of ways. And the character designs and art designs, there's some choices made that I'm sure you've seen some images of.
I saw some people putting out weird images like Alexa Ray Korea and stuff like that.
The Monsters Inc. World versions of Sora, Donald, and Goofy leave a lot to be desired. But I mean, they do fit in line with what the Monsters Inc. World characters look like. So I don't know if you know this, Greg, but in Kingdom Hearts, when the different characters go to the different worlds, they get a version of that. They get a version of that. I don't know. I'm not going to hate on that too much because it's whatever. Also, people are upset that Riku, one of the main characters, redesigned really looks like Noctis from Final Fantasy 15.
Okay.
Like, really, really, really looks like him. We'll see how it all goes. I'm excited to see what other worlds get added. I remember playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and I was pretty media light on that game going into it. So when we got the like Tron world and when we got Pirates of the Caribbean, I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. Like these are live action movies and we're playing through them. That was really awesome. I wonder if we're going to get any of those. I wish we can get things like Moana, but I feel like that might be a little too recent.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, this game's been in development a long time. So
sure.
Like, and when you're looking at it, they have Tangled. When you see the movies that they have right now, you're like, all right, I can kind of see what's going on. Frozen will be in it. I have a feeling it's going to be at E3. Everything I said before, it's going to happen.
Okay.
And that's cool. It's exciting. The trailer ends with 2018. They're still committing to it. We'll see. The game looks very far along. There's been a lot of little improvements over the gameplay that we've seen before, where now the HUD actually is themed after the different worlds. So it's like those to me seem like the more like finishing touches. So I don't know. We'll see. People are very excited and for good reason.
Okay, cool. You think it'll actually hit 2018?
I think there's a chance. I don't think it's a guarantee it gets delayed. There is a definite chance it gets delayed till early 2019. It won't be later than that.
Okay. Number 2 on the Roper Report. The big question of where we're at with Pokemon Switch localization. Okay. This is via the Pokemon Career website, but it's also by way of ResetEra. On ResetEra, they encapsulated everything. Pixelpar tweeted, looks like the initial European translations for Pokemon Switch are planned to be completed between April and June. They will undergo localization editing. Editors are being hired on a 6-month or minimum 6-month contract. Then you go to the website to see what this is all. This role is a minimum 6-month fixed-term contract, which is anticipated to commence between April and June 2018. Someone on the ResetEra thread tosses out, for Pokemon Sun Moon translations, they began in early January, so an April-June editing makes sense.
Yep.
What does that feel for you? You're a big
I've been
Pokemon
keeping
fan?
up with this thread, and I feel in some ways it's a little grasping at straws, and we don't know exactly what they're working on, and there are a lot of Pokemon titles, and we'll see. But there's a couple rumors we've seen recently that I'm like, all right, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Sure.
Devil May Cry 5, it's fucking real. It's fucking happening. Oh yeah, 100%. And chances are it'll be Sony exclusive. Like there's too much things pointing to it. And I'm like, all right, that'll happen. Even though some of them didn't happen, it wasn't at PSX when it said it was going to be. I still believe in that.
So you think
Bandai Namco making Metroid, I believe in that. This is another one of those things. Or Kingdom Hearts 3, Monsters Inc. That makes sense. Frozen, it's going to be in there. Pokemon Switch, there's a lot of rumors talking about Nintendo putting a lot of pressure on Game Freak to get it out in 2018. Now, in the past, that hasn't really meant much. Game Freak does whatever it wants to do. The Pokemon Company functions the way it wants to. But when you look at the last couple of years, people like to throw around the whole Game Freak does its own thing. Like, they don't do E3. They don't do, like, they have their own directs. They have their own things. I feel like in the past couple of years, everything's kind of changed, and there is no pattern with Pokemon anymore. We've seen them, every generation gets the remakes coming out, and that's continued to go on. But then there hasn't been consistency in terms of the third version. We had Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, and for a while it was going down that path. But then it was like Black and White, and then Black and White 2. So 2 separate games. And then X and Y never even got a third version. And then Sun and Moon recently just got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, so another 2 sequels, kind of. So what does where does that leave us? I don't know. The big problem that I'm looking at with this is, what could this be for? If a Pokemon game is coming out on Switch in 2018, there's no way it's going to be
the Pokemon game,
the dramatically different Pokemon game, or it is the Pokemon game, and that's just what it is. It is just, go to gym to gym, better resolution. But the gym to gym, that'll never change. Like, I mean, it changed in Sun Moon, but like that type of stuff, that is Pokemon.
But I just mean your basic Pokemon. My passing knowledge of Pokemon that I could plan out what it would look like.
I'm talking more graphically, and I'm talking more scope.
Sure.
And just the way that the story plays out and stuff. I imagine that if we get a Pokemon game this year, it will just be a up-resed Sun and Moon graphic style, which there's nothing wrong with, but it would be kind of disappointing. If they did that, though, I think it's a little too early to launch the next generation of Pokemon games.
Yeah.
8th gen, I guess it would be 7th, 8th. Let me know when you're wrong. So the chances of it actually being a remake of something, either Diamond and Pearl or Red and Blue, pretty high, I would say, which is exciting. But I don't know. The Red and Blue remake thing is a very complicated thing to talk about, Greg, and we'll have to talk about that another time.
Okay. But you think that this is one of the where there's smoke, there's fire? Yep,
I do. Okay. Will it end up happening? Will a Pokemon game come out in 2018? Nintendo E3 is going to give us a lot of answers, I think, about where certain games land, whether it's Animal Crossing, Metroid, or Pokemon. From conversations I've had, Pokemon seems very unlikely. But, hey, man, it's what dreams are made of. Get hype. Year Dreams. Part 3, I think we are in.
Really? I think it's just lifetime of dreams now.
I know, dude.
Everything.
Isn't it a fucking good
I was
time
talking.
to be alive?
I was talking to Gio last night, Gio Corsi from PlayStation. Just like, man, this year's stacked for games again. You know what I mean? Like, we went from last year being crazy and us being like, man, it's just from and then you keep going back and forth. They're like, well, I guess that year was crazy too, and that year. It's just crazy times now. Number 3, I got some Ubisoft stuff for you. This is from industry analyst Daniel Ahmad. He was paying attention to the Ubisoft investor presentation, had a whole bunch of stuff up there, but 2 things I thought were interesting to call out here. Number 1 was the difference between packaged and digital sales margins for Ubisoft. In this investor presentation, it says packaged software gross margin is around 55%. For digital, that number is 70%. Hence the push for digital software sales. So it's 25% is the retail. If you're going to put it into a retailer store, right, on the disc or whatever, 25% is the retailer's margin, 15 at $60, $5 at $20, and 20% is the licensing fee plus the cost of goods from Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo for making the retail game. $12, and from previous conversations with industry figures, this is static regardless of what you're charging. By comparison, it's a flat 30 the other way around. So you're looking at out of your pocket if you want to make this game, right, or split it. If you're putting out retail, you're losing 55% of your profits, or you're losing 55%. And if you're putting it out digital, 30%.
Interesting.
Just an interesting look that I've never seen that spelled out that way.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting for all the arguments we have about why are they doing this? Why is excuse me? Why is Nintendo rewarding you with My Nintendo points more if you use digital than if they are retail? Obviously, we all knew it was because you cut out the middleman. You don't have to pay as much, and they actually have some figures on it between margin is around 55 for packaged software, and digital is 70%. So either keep 70 or keep 55, depending on how you want to do it. Interesting. Then, in the same report, Far Cry 5 is gearing up to be the biggest game in the franchise and the largest launch of the first half of 2018. This is what Ubisoft's throwing around now. And Daniel calls out the fact that, of course, they can use this line about it being the first half of 2018 because Red Dead has been delayed. So they don't have to worry about it.
That's funny.
Where are you at with Far Cry 5?
I am not a Far Cry guy. I played the hell out of Far Cry 4 at IGN just for Let's Plays, and I love just doing the open world and stuff. I've never played the stories. I know people love them so much. And Far Cry 5 does not speak to me at all.
Really?
In terms of location and all that.
Have you played it or fucked around with it?
No, just looking at the trailers and seeing some stuff. And I looked while you were trying to edit that Let's Play that never happened.
Right.
I was like watching you do it.
I'm working on trying to get them in here for a better Let's Play.
Okay.
So I want you to sit in and see that thing because I can't wait. And I'm a Far Cry guy. After Far Cry 3 was the first one that actually grabbed me and I was enraptured with. But playing it at that preview event I did and being in America and having these crazy guns and trucks and all this stuff, it's just more Far Cry, but I love the setting. I like the story they're laying on top of it, of this cult and all this jazz of them taking over part of town and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited for it, and it's one of those games where I sit back and I find myself daydreaming about that one. Before Monster Hunter, when I was man, I'm looking for something to play. Oh man, if Far Cry was here, I would totally be out there trying to skin whatever the hell I need to skin to get a better wallet, to get a better whatever.
The largest launch for the first half of 2018. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
It's a bold claim.
It is.
Yeah, we'll see how it all shakes out. Monster Hunter's been killing it obviously right now. We'll see. Figure more platforms for Far Cry 5 though, right? It'll be PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC at launch.
Yeah, Ubisoft had its biggest year of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Yves Guillemot. Mm-hmm. Fuck you, Vivendi. You can't catch us. That's what they're saying.
Catch us.
Yeah, but they're saying it in French.
Yeah.
Vivendi, no catch us. I don't know how to.
Catch us.
I'm not. All right, number 4, Shadow Colossus is killing it in the UK. This is via ukie.org.uk.
Uki.org.uk.
And I was like, what the hell is this thing? I saw people tweeting and kicking around. I saw it on Gaff. I saw it on Reset. And then, it was oh, okay. They're the entertainment whatever the hell of the UK. Shadow of the this is them talking now. Shadow of the Colossus is remastered for PlayStation 4. Debuts at number 1, pushing Monster Hunter World down to number 3. The original PS2 title also debuted at number 1 back in W7 2006. However, launch week sales of the new PlayStation 4 version are 73% greater than that of its predecessor. It is the 8th different Sony format exclusive to reach number 1 since the beginning of 2017.
That to me is the most interesting stat to look at. Sony exclusives doing very well.
Yeah.
We knew that they're of high quality, but to see them selling, this shows the importance of exclusives. And it shows that Sony is, really hitting its stride with figuring out release calendars and timeframes of how to let games breathe and how to support the market correctly.
Right. How do you support your third-party partners, right? And let them have
their time, you have your time, and everybody benefits, especially Sony.
Yeah, especially Sony, as you've seen, hand over fist.
Shadow doing well. That makes me happy. Again, it's one of my favorite games of all time. This is the definitive version in my mind, and I'm happy that more people are going to get to play it. I know that a lot of people are super divided on it, and that's fine. Yeah, I mean, in terms of our Facebook group, it's been the source of a lot of contention.
In terms of this game feels old.
This game sucks.
Yeah.
Or this is the best game ever. And it's it totally is your results may vary type situation. If it's for you, it's for you. And if it's not for you, hey, it's not for you.
I think it was Kotaku today, but it might have been Polygon or The Guardian or someone else had an article up about this isn't the best Shadow. Like, this isn't the best version of Shadow or something like that.
Really?
Effect. Yeah,
I need to check that out.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
Yeah, I don't think it was like...
I disagree entirely.
It wasn't super damning.
Yeah. But that's the thing is, with a game like this, that is such an experience, you're adding so much bullshit into that experience. Sure. You're adding so much personal things of when you play it and all this.
Well, I mean,
so it's like...
This is the problem with us being gaga for Celeste or whatever the hell, and you playing Celeste in June. And being like, I've heard about this for 6 months. I need to play it. And you play it and you're like, this is nowhere near as good. Now add on a decade of people talking about Shadow Colossus changed their lives and this, that, and the other. And then you're going to finally sit down and play in a PlayStation 4 and be like, these controls suck. This isn't that, blah, 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 blah. Like, when you start really hyping a game, because we love a game, it's rare that I'm like, this game is I can't miss. You know what I mean? When I hype Horizon, when I say something about Gone Home, I know people... hand over fist who have come up to me and been like, I did not like that game nearly as much. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And that's the problem.
Yeah, it is. And
that's
again,
why we shouldn't talk about games.
I think, yeah, let's just stop, dude. Let's wrap it up. It's all done.
I can come back
I
in
think
and
that
talk about
Shadow is such a even more exaggerated version of what you're talking about.
Yeah,
because
totally.
It is, the game was never good, ever. Like in terms of controls. It never was, it never will be, and if it was, that would ruin the point. And that's a turnoff for a lot of people. Totally understand it, and that makes a lot of sense. But I feel, without reading the article, I can totally imagine other people being like, it's not the definitive version. Cool. To me it is, and there's a lot of reasons why, and I think it's because it took the spirit of the game and left that intact and just made it absolutely gorgeous. The only thing that I don't like about it graphically, as I said, there was a lot of weird pop-in issues that I wish were not there, because it's so beautiful and it's distracting, and like it really shows me like, fuck, PC Master Race, like this sucks that even my PS4 Pro can't handle this. And the character's face was a little weird looking, and it just because when you look at a bunch of screenshots, like people on the internet care a lot, and I understand, but they put a lot of like side by sides, like look how much more emotion he shows in PS2 versus here, and it's like, yes, in those screens, that is correct.
Yeah, I can't argue that screenshot.
Yeah.
While we're talking about Shadow, and stick with me, Far Cry 5. You're wrong me. I know there's co-op in it. Let's kick over to Alex, who wrote into kindoffunny.com/K.
What the fuck does Alex have to say?
FGD. He says, hello, KF. Hope y'all are good. I'm moving to Hong Kong in the summer, and it seems like there might be difficulties playing multiplayer games. A lot of the servers here seem empty or have massive wait times. Not sure why. Maybe KF, you're wrong, will help me out. But having a cursory look over the 2018 game release schedule, it seems like we'll be getting a huge amount of quality single-player focused games. God of War, Valkyria Chronicles 4, Ni no Kuni 2, Spider-Man, etc. I know last year Greg was surprised that he found himself playing so many multiplayer games. But other than Monster Hunter World, might this be the year that single-player proves it's not going anywhere? Much love, Alex, a.k.a. KoiNC.
KoiNC.
I think... even last year, you can make the case the single player proved it wasn't going anywhere. There was a lot of doom and gloom and a lot of AAAs putting out all these different things. But when we fall back and talk about experiences that stood out, I still think for the most part, there's a great number of single player things in there. This year, so far, when you talk about big titles, and I'll toss in Detroit Become Human, stuff I'm forgetting. We are talking what we're hyped about it being, hey, look at all this crazy single player stuff that's coming.
Oh my shit.
And like when I think about Far Cry, I'm looking forward to playing Far Cry 5 with Kevin every so often, but I do see that being like, I inhabit this world, and then once in a while he pops in or I pop over. I don't see that being like how we are with Monster Hunter, where it's like obsessive, we got to play together, are you on at this time, blah, blah.
I've never really been worried about single player games. I prefer them, and they're the type of game that I play.
Yeah.
There's always been enough coming out to keep me happy as a gamer.
Sure.
And I think this year, just looking down the calendar, I'm like, hell yeah.
Do you think by the end of when we get to Game of the Year in December or whatever, the scales will be tipped in a way? Because I guess we were talking about a lot of multiplayer stuff last year. Now, granted, I think it was because it was newsworthy that I cared about all this multiplayer stuff. But you still had your Persona, you still had your Cuphead, which I guess is technically co-op, but it's a single player game.
Yeah, I mean, my top 10 last year, PUBG was the only multiplayer game.
Yeah. Well, it's because you never get Friday the 13th the shot it deserves.
I didn't. That's a fact, actually.
Okay. I don't think you have to worry, Alex. You're going to be okay.
No, you're good, Alex.
I don't know about that Hong Kong business.
Good luck with Hong Kong.
I would imagine maybe it's something if you're bringing your PlayStation over, you have to switch the region. But can you even do that? Is that part of kind of funny?
The important thing is Disneyland has the Iron Man roller coaster there.
Is it good?
Yeah. Iron Man roller coaster. Disneyland. Yes, it's good, Greg.
Sure.
Yes,
I mean, is it just a lame? You can just slap Iron Man on anything. It doesn't mean it's going to be like a good roller coaster. Yes, it was. From what I'm told, I wouldn't go on it, of course.
You're such.
I hate roller coasters. Right. I do not deal with motion.
Guess what I played?
Especially as an
Guess
adult.
what I played this weekend, Greg? If you
Death
were to
Returns
ask
2,
me,
man,
and
SNES.
if you were to guess Disneyland Adventures for the Kinect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
an
played
interesting
that.
one.
I was like, it came with
Didn't
Xbox
see this one
Game
come.
Pass.
Sure.
Or
You got Game Pass?
Yeah. Well, I got a trial Game Pass.
Okay.
Maybe it didn't come with Game Pass. It came with I had a
Oh,
code.
when we got the Xbox One editions, they came with the
I'm
redeem
I'm
codes.
going to toss this motherfucker in.
Sure.
You can play without Kinect.
How did did you play it with your friends? Or your little sleepover?
It was great.
Okay.
So much fun. Yeah. That was great. And everybody loved all the games. Speedrunners is a game we need to play on party mode for sure.
Okay. Tell Andy.
What was I talking about? Disneyland. It's just it's a recreation of Disneyland, the entire thing. All the rides everywhere. You can just walk around. I'm like, man, this is a perfect gift to give dumb little kids that live in the middle of America.
Is it? But it's not like FMVs of where you're going, like, right? Or is it?
No. It's you just play through walking around. Mickey's there. He's like, oh.
And like, so what's the gameplay then? You just get on the
It's
rides.
a bunch of bullshit. The game's not fun, but it's
right.
it's a faithful recreation of Disneyland. I'm like, I'm gonna use it to plan trips to Disneyland at some point. I have my boy James Burke come over and be like, let's go. Let's figure it out.
Is it updated?
What's the quickest path? I don't know. I'm not joking. I'm not. It's really cool.
Number 5, there was a Nintendo investor Q&A, and GameSpot put up a bunch of stories about it. So I have a whole bunch of I have 3 bullet points about it.
So many bullet points.
First off, let's talk about that online service. Regarding how Nintendo plans to popularize the Switch's online membership, Kimishima, now the man in charge of Nintendo, right? Teased that Nintendo will offer products that gamers hopefully find appealing. Quote, it is less about the mechanism and more a question of what kinds of products we can offer. And the spread of the service will depend on whether consumers want what we offer. Oh, brilliant.
So again, another prediction that Tim Gettys is making that I totally think is right. Their online functionality is going to be just an element of Virtual Console.
Right.
They don't give a fuck about playing the online games, especially if it's third party.
It was a great point you said, and I didn't think about it, and now here's your confirmation from all this stuff. Nintendo director Shinya Takahashi went on to tease that Nintendo's upcoming announcement about the Switch's online service will be some big news. Quote, we have some ideas about how to make Nintendo Switch online appealing when it becomes a for-pay service. So I think our next announcement will be worth the wait. I will see about that. Miyamoto, now we're going to jump over to the Mario. No. Now we're jumping over to
today's Super Mario Brothers 3's 28th birthday.
Wow.
It's as old as me.
Now we're going to jump over to Miyamoto talking about the life cycle of the Switch. Up until now, the hardware life cycle has trended at around 5 or 6 years. But it would be very interesting if we could prolong that life cycle, and I think you should be looking forward to that.
Andrea Renee, guess what? Handheld version of the Switch coming. I'm telling you.
What, just a standalone? That's your idea?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that there'll also be a bigger version or like XL or a Pro or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do think there'll be a dumbed down 2DS-like.
Is that how they continue? That's how they proliferate the life cycle?
Just keep that shit.
How long do you, 5 or 6 years, sure. PlayStation 3, of course, famous for its 10-year life cycle and all that bullshit. When do you think the next Nintendo console comes out? I don't
know. I think there's a lot that we need to know about their decisions and lineups for a lot of the franchises we don't have answers for, like Animal Crossing, Pokemon, and all that. The big ones.
Sure.
They can keep going. I honestly believe in terms of power and stuff, like Nintendo knows where they're at. Like the fact that this is just the Wii U again, that's where they see their games. That's where they see
their toys.
The kind of like after that it's a you're missing out on the returns.
Law of diminishing
returns. Yeah. Where it's like, of course, if they had more power, they'd use it. But it's like, I feel like Nintendo has figured out what the character of their games mean and what power is necessary to make them run.
And then finally, let's talk about the Mario movie. Perhaps more notably, Miyamoto added that Nintendo and Illumination might decide to back away from making a Mario movie if the script doesn't live up to their standards. Right now, the screenplay is progressing, Miyamoto said, though it remains to be seen who the writers are. In Hollywood, just because a movie has been announced doesn't mean it will ever happen. Quote, We've talked together and share the feeling that if we can't make something interesting, we'll just call it quits, Miyamoto said. But we've already met a number of times to hash out the screenplay. Our talks together are progressing, and I hope to make an announcement once we've ironed out some things like the schedule.
I just watched a documentary about the Super Mario Brothers 93 movie.
There's a documentary about the Super Mario.
YouTube documentary.
Is it good? Because I'd love to watch that. Yeah,
very fascinating stuff by The Gaming Historian.
The Gaming Historian.
Big fan of his YouTube channel. Subscribe. I think it's youtube.com/gaming historian. If not, just YouTube Gaming Historian. Does a lot of really cool introspective pieces into the past of video games. And it was really cool to watch this. You can see John Leguizamo drinking a LaCroix from 1990. But the story of that movie, how it was made, is utterly ridiculous. But rewatching it, it's like, yes, the movie fucking sucked, and it's good that they're saying all this stuff because that was a big problem with the movie where they didn't have a good script and it just kept getting worse and worse and got to the point where the actors would come to the set and wouldn't even practice their lines because they knew the script was just going to be completely different. And so they'd get there and just be like, all right, I guess we're doing this, and go for it. But I will say, watching all of it, especially the behind the scenes stuff, that movie had such a cool look. Like the Dino Hatton or whatever. I haven't
watched it forever.
Did Mario need it? No, absolutely not. But I'll be damned if there wasn't such fucking cool production design and all of that, and then the costumes, how everyone looked. It's just rewatch it. Don't rewatch the movie. Watch this documentary
Gaming
and be
Historian.
like, oh, this looks pretty damn cool.
All right, how long is the documentary?
20 minutes.
Oh wow, that sounds awesome.
I'm saying documentary.
How long is this YouTube video?
20 minutes.
All right, that sounds
it's a dope ass YouTube.
That better. Anything else? I feel like I liked your little tidbits as we went through all this Nintendo stuff. I'm interested to see. You were the first person, because I'm stupid and not paying attention, to echo what you thought about Nintendo's online service. Where when you said that, I was like, oh, interesting, because I've just been sitting there thinking it's a way to play online, not thinking about it as a PlayStation Plus or an Xbox Live and all the bonuses you'd get from it.
And I really think that that's what they're going to do. I mean, their online service is going to be very important going forward for a couple of their key franchises, like Smash Brothers.
Sure.
If they get back into the game which something that I expect, a prediction I have, is that at some point, I don't think it'll be Retro doing this, but at some point, I think Nintendo is going to try to launch a GoldenEye-esque experience. A game that focuses, like, if Splatoon is the more like third person action, I'm talking about just local multiplayer, first person, split screen, first person shooter, cartoony and fun and very Nintendo like, but essentially like GoldenEye, but without the James Bond license.
Sure.
And not as high tech and cool as Perfect Dark, but more ARMS like.
And so a cute first-person shooter.
Cute might not even be the right word. Nintendo-like. Like a Nintendo, like it has that look and that polish.
Sure.
And I can see that using online to be a fun thing. And then, Mario Kart and Smash. And when Mario Party 11, which has been heavily rumored as well to be coming in 2019. I don't know if you saw all that.
No.
Yeah.
There's too many Nintendo rumors now.
There's so many Nintendo rumors and they keep coming true.
Because people care. They keep coming true. Number 6, final one for you. It's the top PSN downloads for January 2018. Number 1, Monster Hunter World. Number 2, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Number 3, Madden NFL 18.
Confirmed by Bandai.
What?
Just fighters.
No, but again, like, why put the Z there? You know what I mean? I understand that you inserted it, but then they cap. It's just confusing. You got to say... I don't know. It's you got to say it. Call of Duty World War II at 4. Number 5, Human Fall Flat. Number 6, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 7, Rainbow Six Siege. Number 8, Need for Speed Rivals. Number 9, Battlefield 4. Number 10, The Last of Us Remastered. No surprise there with all the stuff we've heard about from Capcom about how Monster Hunter's killing it, that Monster Hunter will be right there at the top. But a great showing for Dragon Ball. Again, a game that so many people are talking about, Tim. You've been playing it. You talked about it on the Gamescast. Available now, youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Podcast services around the globe. What's happening? Breaking news?
I'm trying to figure it out. There's another Marcus Sellers, one of the guys that's bleeding a whole bunch of stuff. He's the one that leaked on Twitter. He's the one that leaked the rumors of Mario Party 11 coming out in 2019. I was looking because I saw this morning.
Mario dead.
There's just more rumors. It's not Nintendo specific, but I just want to put this out there. He says, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some Spyro news this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's exciting. But what the thing that's making me confused here is...
While you figure that out, I'll tell you that I thought it was interesting. Kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. Tell me if I've missed this before. It looks like PlayStation for downloads added a new section called free to play. Atop there is Fortnite, of course. And then top VR game was Job Simulator once again, Accounting Plus in at number 3.
Interesting.
No, I'm saying, sorry, I switched gears there. Free to play. Fortnite was at the top, then a bunch of other, and then for top VR, Job Simulator at number 1, number 3, Accounting Plus.
I'm just shocked that Need for Speed's there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's still got that time. I mean, like, you look at this list, like, it's dominated by, no offense, older games. Right? I mean, yeah, sure, Monster Hunter and Dragon Ball at the top, but then Madden, Call of Duty, Human Fall Flat, Grand Theft Auto, Rainbow Six Siege. Like, it's that coming off the holiday of, all right, cool, it's January. God, I want something new to play, or I want to fall back and play something my friends are really into.
Yeah, it's Need for Speed Rivals, though, like, got panned.
But it's Need for Speed. People want to people want to race.
Yeah, man.
Let them race on the PSN.
They got the need.
You know what I mean? They got the need for speed. Tim.
Yes.
Excited to see that top 10 list for PlayStation VR, but I'm also excited for the PlayStation VR show launching Thursday on patreon.com.
That was real good.
Games. However, Thursday's so far away. If I wanted to know what games came to mom and grab shops today, where would I go?
The official list of upcoming software across each and every platform is listed by the Kind of Funny Games Daily Show host each and every weekday.
Yeah. Nothing. There's nothing out today. No new games out today. I checked Kotaku and I checked the Andrea Renee approved videogamerelease.com thingamajig. Nothing. I'm sure there's some weird early access game out of Steam or some crap.
This isn't out today.
App games.
This was out last week.
Okay.
But I was telling you a little bit about it. I'll talk more on Gamescast at some point when we get there. But Dandara on Switch.
Yeah.
I'm having a bang up time with that.
Okay.
Blang up time.
A blang up time. You know Here we go. Yeah,
I love it. It is so damn good. I'm about 2 hours in, and it's such a great follow-up to having had such a great experience with Celeste. Highly recommend it. I cannot recommend tennis.
Did you play it?
No. You showed me it.
I played it at Gamescast, youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Talk about all sorts of games. New dates for you. Ilium Prison Escapes launching on Steam February 28th.
Finally.
There's Splatoon 2 stuff here for you. This is just directly from Nintendo's press release. Fans who don't yet own the Splatoon 2 game are in for a splat-tacular treat. On March 16th, the Splatoon 2 Starter Edition will launch in stores. The special bundle will hit the Nintendo Switch game, includes the full game, a 100-page Splatoon 2 strategy guide to equip you with skills to climb the competitive ranks, and 2 sheets of Splatoon stickers, all at a suggested retail price of only $59.99. That's the same price as the standalone game, so this new starter edition adds even more value. In addition to this amazing news, Pearl and Marina, 2 of the most popular new characters in Splatoon 2, are getting their own amiibo figs. And
Andy Cortez.
There's a new map coming. It wasn't in the press release, but I saw it over on IGN. If you're a Splatoon 2 fan,
how you feel about that?
Pearl, how do you feel about
the amiibo?
Pearl and Marina.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited, guys. Really excited. I hope I get them before everybody else does.
Sure. Are you gonna buy the Splatoon 2 starter edition so you can get the 100-page strategy guide and the 2 things of stickers?
Strategy guide, dude. I'm the best at the game. Why would I need a strategy guide? Come on.
Are you more excited for Pearl or Marina?
Does it go without saying, guys? my Beyonce, man.
Which one's the girl?
They're both girls.
Okay, which one's the girl you like?
Pearl.
Okay.
She looks like Beyonce.
Okay.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you. I knew he liked one of the girls. You know what I mean? When he finally got his hands on Splatoon 2, he kept tweeting about one of them.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I would have bet Marina.
I can see it going either way, but I just don't know. You know what I mean?
No, I don't either, but just based on their name.
Because Marina sounds like Selena, and we know he's a big Selena fan.
You're right, that's what it was.
And then also rounding out new dates, Downward Spiral Horus Station is coming to PlayStation 4 this year. Now it's time for Reader Mail, but first, I'm going to tell you it's brought to you by Bombfell. You've probably noticed that I'm looking better than ever on this show, and it's because I keep wearing clothes from Bombfell. Bombfell is an online personal styling service for men that helps find the right clothes for you. Once you sign up online and complete a simple questionnaire, you are matched one-on-one with a dedicated personal stylist who handpicks every piece. Your stylist will email you a preview of their selections, after which you'll have 48 hours to make any changes or even cancel altogether. You're in total control. Afterwards, Bombfell will ship you the selected clothes, and you'll have 7 days to decide and only pay for what you want to keep. Send the rest back with free shipping both ways. You can receive clothes every 1, 2, or 3 months, and you can pause or cancel at any time. Clothing is shipped straight to your door. No need to spend hours shopping at the store. And now with every shipment, the more you keep, the more you save. Keep 2 items, you get 10% off. Keep 3 items, you get 15% off. Keep 4 or more, you get 20% off.
Man.
Bombfell, first off, helped us out. If you remember this, years ago, not even a sponsorship, but of that Victoria's Secret fashion show, Alexis Kazambalidis hooked us up with them.
You're right.
And now Alexis Pence hooked us up with Bombfell. They sent us clothes, and it was a life changer for me of like, I hate going to the store. You're telling me, and I can just talk to, because when I go to a store, I used to walk, I hate going there. I walk in, I'm like, dress me, please. Like here you get a person who actually, when you go through the questionnaire, what style you're looking for, what do you need, what do you like to wear, what do you not like to wear, how does it fit? You send it, and then every shipment they send you gets a little bit more personalized, so you're just now knocking out the park.
Looking as good as Greg Miller.
Looking at me, look at this. I'm fairly, I never lie to you, fairly certain this is a Bombfell shirt. But it's not like they send you a brand, right? They send you, but I have, I wear a shirt and collar every day here.
Yeah.
Well, a shirt and tie every day. Not a collar. You know what, I digress.
On your shirt and tie.
We have a special offer for listeners of this show. For $25 off your first purchase, go to bombfell.com/kindafunny. That's bombfell, BOMBFELL.com/kindafunny. Once again, bombfell.com/kindafunny for $25 off your first purchase. Thanks again to Bombfell for sponsoring Kinda Funny Games Daily. Andy Cortez from kindafunny.com has something to chime in with.
Kindafunny.com/I'm wrong. I meant to say Marina, not Pearl.
You don't know anything about Splatoon 2, admit it.
Dude, fucking 1v1 me, bitch.
Bring in.
I'll fucking kill
bring in
you
your
in the
save.
game.
Let me see your save.
I will kill you.
Let me see your save. Let me see how long you played this game. Let me see if you're even past the tutorial, you fake squid kid.
I knew it was Marina.
I like her too because it sounds like marinara. And when I think of
Marinara.
I love marinara, and when I think of squids, I think of calamari. I think of putting in some marinara and eating
Man,
it.
I want some calamari.
Yeah. Nick, order some calamari. While Andy tries to go manufacture a save to act like he's ever played this thing, let's look at who I want to talk to with. Oh, here, well, Andy's. Who do we want to talk to? I'm gonna. Here's where we're gonna go. I guess Andy's about to do a dumb bit, so we probably shouldn't jump to a dumb bit question. What do you got for me? You looking at your save file here? How do I see this?
What do you want me to see?
I want to see how many hours you've played of Splatoon 2. Just show me, huh?
How do I do that?
You go to your little thing there. Go to your profile, right?
Parental controls.
Right? And then, there you go. Splatoon 2. Played for 30 hours or more.
What do you want?
Kevin and I put 30 hours into Monster Hunter World the first night.
I think you did good, Andy. I think you did good. I hope Marina.
Oh, here we go.
And you work out one day.
We've been over here riding that Celeste dick because we just love it so much. Dave Chanda, not riding that Celeste dick.
Oh.
He writes into kindafunny.com/KFGD and says fundamental issues with Celeste.
Whoa.
Hey, Greg and Tim. First time, long time since the Beyond days. Hey, it's Kelly. Oh, what? My question relates to Celeste and the praise it is getting. Upon seeing the reviews and hearing your reactions, this was a must play for me. I'm a huge platformer fan, especially the recent trend back into platformers. Okay. Ori, Shovel Knight, Guacamelee. But I have a seriously fundamental issue with Celeste. While the die, get better, die, and beat each section is a satisfying loop, I believe literally every level outstays its welcome. While you theoretically could beat one 20-second section and save and quit, I believe in platformer momentum, where once you get the flow and design mechanisms of a difficult platformer level, you keep grinding until that challenge is completed. Time and time again, I found myself wondering when a level would finally end, not wanting to save and quit because I figured the end may be the next screen or the next. I loved Cuphead, #beat Cuphead. So, I really don't believe it's a difficulty issue. I was just curious to your thoughts. I know Tim feels the exact opposite. Keep up the excellent work, guys. Kinda Funny makes my 1 hour morning commute enjoyable. Thank you.
Let me tell you what.
Take him to church.
Dave Chanda. I actually don't disagree with you at all.
Oh.
I think that with rare exception, every level in the game is too long.
Wow. Okay.
And would I say that it outstays its welcome? Not necessarily, and here's why.
Okay.
Like I was telling you recently, last time we were on the show, going back and getting the strawberries, I found out that after you beat the level, you can go back and just load up specific parts. And I love how they break up these giant levels into smaller digestible things. You can go in wherever you want. I just love how many options the game gives you to play it the way you want to play it. I agree with you that it hits points where I'm just like, all right, I get this. Like we don't need it. The level with the feather, I'm using the feather a lot. And I'm like, all right, I understand this. And I feel like the game does do a good job though of, even if it's not keeping the mechanic fresh, keeping how you use the mechanic fresh. And now that I've beaten the game and went back and tried to get the strawberries, I appreciate that there's a lot because I just want more.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I know there's the B-sides, but more within each level is a fantastic thing because I don't feel like there was never a moment in the game that I'm like, I've done this specific thing too much. It was more just like, all right, I want to get into a new, I want a new gimmick. right? Because each level kind of has its own thing.
You're sick of the wind. You want something different.
Yeah, exactly. Like that type of stuff. But although I feel like the wind never makes you do the same thing. It's always adding to it. So I enjoyed that. I feel the last level is extremely long. And again, as it was happening, I was like, I can't believe this is still going. But now I look back and I'm like, I wish it was longer. I want more. But I totally see what you're saying with it. And what you're talking about, all the games you just mentioned with Ori, Shovel Knight, Guacamelee, and Cuphead, it's like, I'm a little shocked you're not absolutely in love with this game.
It's an interesting perspective, right? Because again, not have me enjoying this game, and I think in spite of usually, I like Guacamelee, right? But Ori never clicked for me. Cuphead, I've just never been. I can see it being it's too much. I'm a kid, and that's my dad's whiskey, and I can't touch it. You know what I mean? Because if I do, he'll take off his belt, swinging around his head. But for this one, I like the idea that I can pick it up, put it down, and when I understand when he's talking about momentum, but I feel like jumping back in, it resets so fast that I can get in there, fuck up, and then remember the momentum and remember what exactly I need to be doing.
Yeah.
But I also think of every screen as a level, or that makes sense, as a level rather than the world I'm in.
And I guess that's the thing is would I have rathered maybe shortening most of the chapters and adding 2 more chapters? Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have made it an even better game.
Okay. Well, that's stuff to do. Wayne Salt writes in to kindafunny.com/KFGD and says, Hey, you beautiful people. I wanted to follow up on Dan's question from Thursday's KFGD regarding there being more LGBT relationships in games. I appreciate he's trying here, but he's like moving the G's and the B's around in there. And I wanted to highlight one of the most heartwarming same-sex relationships in the gaming industry at the moment: the blossoming bromance between Tim and Gary.
Oh yes.
I was listening to Wednesday's episode in my car, and even with only the audio available at the time, it warmed my heart how much chemistry there was and how those two have connected and clicked over recent weeks hosting together. Love what you guys do and can't wait for the upcoming VR content. Much love, Wayne Salt.
It's been a fantastic journey.
You were terrified of Gary Whitta.
I was terrified. I still am terrified of Gary Whitta. He's just an intimidating person.
He's not.
He's just so accomplished. It's just
he's accomplished for sure.
It gets in my head, Greg.
But then you remember he eats at Arby's or wherever. You know what I mean?
That's true, and I very much respect that. But yeah, I don't know what it is. The last couple games dailies that I've done with him, we just hit this thing, and for some reason we should not have anything in common.
Sure.
But there's a lot of overlap in just weird Timisms. That I'm the only person that would give a fuck about it. Nope, he really gives a fuck about it. When he busted into the Outrun theme music, I'm like, this, and he knew the name of it, blew my mind. Then I had an even better moment this weekend. I was playing a little bit of that Bayonetta on the Nintendo Switch, and I totally forgot that in one of the opening scenes, she's driving the car or whatever, and on the radio, it's the fucking song. And I was just like, oh, Gary, I love it.
What I'm excited for, I'm glad that you guys are hit it off. You know what I mean? I love putting people together on the shows, finding out they have chemistry. What I'm super stoked for is when, and it's going to be weeks, if not months from now, but when it's Thursday and it's time for Kinda Funny Gamescast, and you and I sit at our desks, and Joey and Gary host the Persona Kinda Funny Gamescast.
Oh, we got to make that happen.
And they just, Joey Noel and Gary Whitta just rant and rave about Persona and spoilers.
He's so deep, Greg.
He was, and it's funny because again, I'm lucky enough to be the gateway to get you into Persona, even though, didn't beat Persona 5. I love it. Love everything it's doing.
You fake Persona nerd.
I am a fake Persona nerd for sure. First off, I think my Persona 4 experience and 3, but it should disqualify that.
What about 1 and 2, Greg? There's a lot of questions here.
But I like, Gary's like, what I like this? I'm like, you got to play this. You'd love it, blah, blah, blah. And now that I see just Joey Noel and Gary Whitta going back and forth on Twitter all the time about updates on palaces, this, that, and the other, I'm stoked for them to do this game. Have you beaten it yet yourself, Joey?
No.
Joey's saying no. She's at the end. You come talk on the microphone, you know what I mean? Because otherwise I got to repeat it all back.
That's true. I'm at the end of Mementos.
Okay.
And that's all I can say. I don't want it to be
Okay, don't spoil anything. All right, good.
But I'm going to try and finish it this weekend.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll see.
Then you're free. You
Can I start New Game Plus?
Monster Hunter World. Let me tell you, Joey, you kill these T-Rexes, these electric guys, you get their I'm on the hunt for some freeze sacks right now. Doesn't that sound like something you want to get? Matthew writes into kindafunny.com/KFGD and says, so, with all the new Metroid Prime 4 news coming out, I have a very important question. Will it support motion controls? No, wait, don't stop reading. Now, I know motion controls get a bad rap, and most of the time they were shoved in a game as a gimmick. But the truth is that playing the original Metroid Prime trilogy with the Wiimote aiming was one of the best ways I've ever played a shooter. Now, the Switch doesn't have a sensor bar, but do you think there is still some way Nintendo could incorporate this amazing control scheme into the game? Thanks, Matthew.
Yes, Metroid Prime 4 will have motion controls. I can't imagine.
God, I love having you here.
That it wouldn't. But, and again, I don't know that for a fact.
Sure.
I'm just talking out of my ass. But I predict that it will. I think the more interesting thing to think about the controls of Metroid Prime 4 is the fact that it's going to be the first Metroid Prime game to have dual stick, proper first-person shooter controls. Yeah. Before, it was very much more GoldenEye style of hold the trigger to aim, and then you can move and all that, and then motion controls with Prime 3 and then the trilogy. So I think that, man, this Metroid could be a game changer. I keep talking about how I think it's going to be the jumping on point for a lot of people to the franchise.
A breakout hit.
I think it's going to be a breakout hit. I think that it's going to really put Metroid on the map in a way that is backed up by sales and the mainstream to equal what people think Metroid is.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. How would you incorporate the motion controls, you think, though?
I mean, Joy-Cons have the little thing. Without the sensor bar, I don't know. We've already seen a couple games that do have the sensor stuff, so I don't know. They can get
they got HD Rumble.
They do got HD Rumble.
They got the gyros.
So I don't know. Anything is possible. I don't really understand technology, so I don't understand.
Great point.
What they would need to make it work. I don't know if maybe it's just like, I don't know.
All right.
Nintendo will figure it out.
Nintendo will figure it out.
And I will not play the game that way.
Exactly. That's my man. Time to squad up. This is where one of you writes into kindafunny.com/KFGD, giving me your name, username, platform of choice, and why you need help in video games. I read it here. The best friends come and find you, and everybody plays games together. Today, Sean needs help on PlayStation 4 and or PC. He's Turnedfire, all one word, on PS4, and over on PC, he's number 1903 for Blizzard.
1903?
I don't fucking know. I do my taxes. When I use TurboTax, I don't have to put in this hashtag. Hey, best friends, it's your rootin', tootin', gun shootin' son of a biscuit Turnedfire, and I want to shoot things with you. I'll shoot things in Call of Duty and Destiny 2 on PlayStation 4, or shoot things with you in Overwatch and PUBG on PC. I play a lot more games than those, but they're the most popular, so if you need a pal to shoot things with, I'm your guy. Everybody, hit up Turnedfire on those platforms of choice. Remember, Kevin puts it in the YouTube description and the audio description, so you can just look there for his hashtag 1903 business. Tim?
Yes.
Time for a new segment called Play This Shit.
Play This Shit.
Today, Dave W. writes in and says...
What's Dave W. have to say?
He says, hey, Greg and Tim. Not so much a question, but this is for Tim. If you haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 yet, you need to get on it. It's anime as fuck, and the cutscenes contain all the feels. Best game I've played this year so far. I'm 70 hours deep and loving every moment. I'm loving Kinda Funny Games Daily as it keeps me sane on my commute. Keep fucking that chicken, boys. You ever gonna play Xenoblade?
I am not. People are really loving it, and another example of I don't think it's crossed the threshold yet, but it very soon is going to be the best-selling Xenoblade game thus far.
Yeah,
Switch killing it. I'm very particular about my RPGs. I'm very particular about my anime. The overlap of it, from what I've seen, not the things I like about either.
Gotcha.
So I don't think I'm ever gonna play it, but hey, I appreciate that you liking it, and I appreciate you reaching out. You know what I mean, Dave W?
Now, Dave W wrote it in, right? And he was like, hey, I got this game for Tim, and I called that new segment Play This Shit.
Okay.
Then Whit Fessmeyer wrote in, and he said, new topic, Getty ass game.
Ooh, what's a Getty ass game?
Gag.
Make me gag on it.
Hey, Greg and Tim. I'm writing in to suggest what I think is a Tim Getty's ass game. This game is called Crossing Souls, and it is being published on PS4 by Devolver Digital. It's also on Xbox One. It is a beautiful... It might even be on Switch. I don't know. Kindafunny.com/you're-wrong. It is a beautiful pixel art action-adventure game with some brilliant animations, an incredible soundtrack, and an annoying yet somehow endearing character named Kevin.
Shut up.
You play as a group of teenagers in 1986 California who go on adventures, uncover secrets, and get up to some mischief. The demo is out now. Played a little, but didn't want to get too far and have to restart.
On Switch?
And the game comes out tomorrow. Wanted to let you all know because Crossing Souls may fly under the radar for you. And I think this one will be a true gem and a complete Getty's ass game. Thanks, Whit.
All right.
Here's what I want to say, Whit. I've been getting press releases about Crossing Souls. I've seen it on the Xbox blog, which is why I know it's at least coming to Xbox eventually. Every time I've looked at it, glanced at it, played something on it, I pop out and I say, that doesn't seem like a game I'd want to play. You pitched the game in a way that I need to go back and actually look at it and get in and see what
we should up their PR people and be like, you need to talk to Whit Fessmeyer.
Yeah.
He can pitch your game better than you guys can.
He just ran circles around you, Devolver Digital.
This looks
Sorry,
awesome.
Nigel.
And the art style reminds me of the Weekenders. Remember the Weekenders, Kevin?
No.
Thank you, Kevin.
Someone at home remembers the Weekenders, and this very much looks like it. It was a
Does it have
show
platforms
on
in
IBC
there?
or some stuff. Hold on, I'm just bopping around.
You're just bopping around.
Now, this does look a little
skibbity-scabby.
too adventure game for me.
Okay.
It looks like a little Thimbleweed Park action.
It's that bad? Oh, not that bad. Sorry. I like Thimbleweed Park. I love Ron Gilbert. I mean, like, in terms of an adventure game, it's got that interface of walk, touch, do.
It doesn't have that, but it definitely...
Thimbleweed Park, a game I've been like, it's a great adventure.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
bad?
that bad.
Wait, no, not exactly what I meant.
PS4, Windows, Vita, Linux.
Vita. What do you need to know, guys? Vita lives.
Doesn't even say Switch.
Does it not say Xbox?
Windows.
Could have sworn I saw that on the Xbox. Maybe kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. Tell us what we screw up is screw to play. Thank you, Whit. I'm going to look into this because it sounds like something I'd like. I like that idea. Tim?
Yo, it's not on Switch. I'm just fucking talking on my ass.
Tim?
Yes.
I don't like the idea of being wrong. So we ask everybody watching live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames to go to kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. Tell us what we screw up as we screwed up so we can set the record straight for everybody watching later on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames or listening on podcast services around the globe. What did we get wrong today?
Capitalist Pig says regarding the singer of the Kingdom Hearts theme songs, Utada Hikaru is the name you're looking for, which I think is what I said. I always get and he said you can also just call her Utada. What I fuck up is the name of the song in the Japanese version is Hikari, and her last name is Hikaru. So I always fuck that shit up.
Makes sense. I can understand.
But thank you for keeping me honest here. Abrex says Tim referred to the Little Mermaid worlds in Kingdom Hearts as Atlantis. It's actually Atlantica. You are absolutely correct. Kebab says we're currently up to Pokemon Generation 7.
Okay. I believe that is pronounced K-Babs as well.
K-Babs.
It isn't, but I do it because it's how it's spelled. And he gets very angry at me. What gets me up in the morning is getting him down. Kevin, I just crushed it. You're really good Superman symbol today.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to fill it in and I'll show it to you.
All right.
We playing tonight, Kev?
Oh, man.
I don't like that response.
PD0000 says Tim said Need for Speed Rivals got panned. I think he's thinking of Payback. Rivals came out in 2013.
Oh, that is a great you're wrong.
Yeah, it is.
That is really a fantastic you're wrong.
Fantastic you're wrong. Someone else got it wrong, though. Because unless Need for Speed Rivals for some reason is on the PSN downloads. Maybe.
I mean, if there was a sale or some shit, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
What? Yeah, I don't know.
That would solve some things. Of people not buying bad
You're
games.
okay with people buying...
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember...
Okay.
Not sure if...
Hold on. I want to do a few things.
Yeah. Okay.
Right there.
A
now
lot
you
of
can
people
show
upset
it.
about Marina.
There it is. Nailed it. Is this the best song possible?
That's it.
Wow. Not a bad day.
Yeah. Zyger's really upset about some anime girls, but you know.
What a surprise. That's Zyger being Zyger. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday on a variety of platforms, we run you through the nerdy video game news you need to know about. If you like that, write in to be part of the show, kindoffunny.com/KFGD. Then you can watch live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, youtube.com/kindoffunnygames later, and listen later on podcast services around the globe. Tomorrow, Andrea Renee joins us, the busiest lady in the business.
And tomorrow, we're going to drop a trailer.
A very big trailer.
The most hype trailer of all my hype trailers. Announcing a guest that will host Kind of Funny Games Daily on Thursday and be a guest on Kind of Funny Games Cast that same Thursday. Who will it be?
Oh, you know.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
For now, you can go to youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, watch the trailer for the PlayStation VR show. Get ready for that, premiering Thursday. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.